Let's give it up for our mightiest snack platform, the Nacho.
Beautiful, baby.
It's like the happy hour
of nachos.
Why nachos?
Why not nachos?
It hits every taste bud you own.
Because every chip you grab is like a little shovel of love forged in paradise.
Best nacho I've ever had.
Kind of sweet, kind of savory.
Fluffy, flaky.
kind of spicy.
And we've got the mega munchable flavor pile-ups, big enough to feed a whole crowd.
Really takes the nachos to another level.
And do it loud, bite after bite after bite.
Like the perfect bite every time.
We pledge our allegiance to Nacho Nation.
Pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it. Absolutely scrumptious.
Just an hour north of the Mexican border, the surfer town of San Clemente, California is a great spot to ride the nacho wave and crunch the curl.
It's the last small beach town left. You're either a surf bum or wanted a house on the beach. And it's a mix of all those people, and it's really fun.
Justin Shea took the already laid-back beach vibe and multiplied it by Polynesia at his happening hangout named after his son Jaden, Hapa J's.
I put the J in the Hapa J.
Hapa is a Hawaiian term meaning of mixed Asian descent, and that really captures the eclectic cuisine here.
Hawaiian food is an embodiment of a lot of cultures that came to Hawaii. You have Korean, Japanese, Filipino, Chinese, all those things mixing together.
Those flavors, as well as some Mexicali classics, shine through in their sunniest starter, Hapa Nachos.
We kind of like food with a sense of humor about it. Gets people to kind of open their eyes a little bit at the table. And certainly when you drop them nachos, people's eyes go big.
But what is it about nachos that are so good?
You're not going to turn down a good plate of nachos anywhere you are. You're usually going to share it with someone. It's a good time. It's a party wherever you're at.
It's the mounds of Kalua pork that brings the Oahu wow factor.
Kalua pig, Hawaiian pulled pork. There's no booze at all. I know it sounds weird.
Justin takes time to really get to know the pork.
Ask simple questions. What's its favorite color? Pink, probably, I'm assuming. Gets it nice and rested so it doesn't tense up.
He seasons with salt and their secret sauce, which has hints of soy, smoke, and a little something special.
Just love and tenderness, man. Spread it out, make sure you get it everywhere.
In Hawaii, here's where you'd wrap your roast in banana leaves and throw it in a fire pit. But Justin opts for a convenient appliance called an oven. 4 hours later,
Gonna mash it up to get that pulled pork effect. It's gonna seep onto the chips. A little bit of a workout, get your cardio in, get all those juices going.
jazz it up with a chipotle aioli.
You got smokiness, tang, spice, all that good stuff.
Then cool it down with an avocado-enhanced crema.
It's gonna kind of cool down all the spice and the smoke in that dish. I'm good to go.
Justin stacks fresh fried tri-colored tortilla chips as high as Mauna Kea.
It's got to be big. Because Hawaii, man, they do everything big out there, man. Big people, big appetites.
Officers Jack and Cheddar are on cheese patrol.
Volcano flavor.
Followed by the special spiciness of jalapenos.
Spice is nice. Throw that right into the salamander. You start to see that bubbling, that little char on the cheese. It means it's nice and crispy. It's ready for that pork right there.
Black bean salsa and our creamy sauces from before flow like lava down the sides of Mount Yamiyoa.
Some cilantro to freshen it up. Kalua pig nachos at Hapa J's, the best way to pig out.
You can't get enough nachos. It's like a mountain of goodness.
Huge.
They just like speak to me. Cheese language.
The pork is almost a little sweet from the marinade, which is cut by jalapenos, and that spicy aioli is my favorite.
And everything else in between just gets lost in a marriage of awesomeness.
Pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it. Pull it, pull it. Woo.
Everything's amazing. It's like melted perfectly. The sauce is perfect.
The top part, they burn it up here. It's like all crispy, bubbly, and then it's underneath, it's gooey. It like sinks down.
We've been tearing at it for a little bit, and this thing's still around 3.5, 4 pounds.
I can't order nachos anywhere else because I'm always disappointed.
I don't even
Always
try.
disappointed.
I don't even try.
The hearty seaside snacks at Hapa J's will really fuel your next food coma.
I need a nap.
If your heart is achy and or breaky for a one-of-a-kind nacho experience, Nashville is a great place to be.
Who doesn't love nachos?
Just food piled on top of food. You eat it with your hands. You dig into it. It gets a little messy. It's fantastic.
Yes.
At Chohan Ale and Masala House, they've combined our favorite Southwestern treat with the festive flavors of Southwest Asia.
We didn't want it to be traditional Indian food. We wanted to have this cool gastropub feel.
I found that Indian food, the spices pair extremely well with other types of cuisine. To me, it's almost like a no-brainer.
Exhibit A, crunchy Indian chips loaded with lots of spicy lamb and gooey cheese, called lamb keema nachos.
Who didn't grow up loving nachos and wanting them every day of their life? To take what I would consider one of the best cuisines in the world, Indian cuisine, and fuse that with one of my favorite dishes growing up as a child, to me is a no-brainer.
In lieu of chili, these babies will sport a deeply flavorful Buna curry sauce.
Every curry has its own specific blend, and this Buna has this kind of mild sweetness to it, and it actually ends up being a really great complement to that crispy chip and that melted cheese.
Tom's given us onions, he's given us chopped tomatoes, and he's really given us the 3 C's of Indian spice.
Cumin, coriander, and chili powder.
Also key, turmeric, and a bold combo he calls the Double G.
It's 50% ginger, 50% garlic, mixed in a blender. That's it. All that right there, that's the flavor. Whew. You smell that ginger garlic coming out?
The nose knows what's tasty.
Oh, man.
With the curry world, Tom shifts focus to the diced lamb shoulder, spiced with garam masala, salt, and Kashmiri chili powder.
Get your hands in there and just go crazy, all right? You really want that spice to cure this meat.
The lamb gets the grind, then hits the heat.
Lamb in the pan. You want to brown this up a little bit? You can really start getting that garam masala flavor coming out. All the cloves and the bay leaves and the star anise and the cinnamon. And then after that, we'll go ahead and add our Buna sauce.
What's the verdict?
Man, I outdid myself. This one's delicious.
Chef layers the Buna on a base of papadi chips, crispy Indian rice crackers. Cheese-wise, Chef breaks with Indian and Nashville tradition with a St. Louis favorite.
We'll sprinkle it with that great Provel cheese. It melts right, it tastes right, it's got the saltiness you want, the creaminess you want. Top it with another layer of nachos. Most important part is 2 layers, all right? You gotta have meat and cheese in the middle and on top. You wanted that big, bold lamb Buna flavor.
And into the salad melter.
Boom.
Instead of salsa, Tom squeezes on tamarind chutney. Then the familiar nacho favorites finish things off.
Pickled jalapenos. Just keep spicing this dish up. Lastly, cilantro. Done. Spice up your life with these lamb keema nachos.
You want to use a fork to try to get in there and get like a
I'm not going to use a fork with nachos.
So the tamarind chutney really is what brings the sweetness, right? And you need that sweetness to balance the sour, the spice.
Seems like sweet wouldn't go with nachos, but it actually really works with the savory flavor of the lamb and the onions. It's absolutely scrumptious.
It's got the creamy cheesiness, but there's fiery masala spices, a little bit of jalapeno and cilantro. Oh.
Nachos are enormously great.
Fluffy, flaky. Totally different than what you get like with another dish that has like corn chips.
Eat this in your mouth. Again. Look out, I'm putting it all in your mouth. Who else wants a nacho down there? This is my helicopter of deliciousness, and this is my landing pad.
If you think about it, poutine is pretty much Canadian nachos. And east meets north in Chohan's sumptuous tandoori chicken poutine.
Poutine is traditionally a obviously Canadian dish featuring some type of beef gravy. In this case, we're using an Indian curry as our gravy. It features a makni sauce, which if you've ever had chicken tikka masala, you'll know one of the most delicious sauces and probably the most famous sauces in Indian cuisine.
The buttery tomato makhani sauce makes the perfect bed for our French fries.
Some chicken that's been cooked in the tandoor oven.
Then Chef piles on the traditional Wisconsin cheese curds.
Now we're gonna top it again and do another layer, because 2 layers is always better. We'll finish with a little more of the chicken, some cheese. You can never have too much cheese.
A little more macani, and prepare for the global French fry feast.
A Canadian classic here in Nashville by the way of India, tandoori chicken poutine.
Far exceeds any poutine I've ever had before because it has that great Indian spice to it. I like this cheese because it's a mild cheese. It really lets the other flavors of the dish shine through.
Tandoori chicken's gorgeous. The cheese curds, amazing. All these bursting flavors I'm getting. They're a beautiful, beautiful combination. This is probably the best poutine I've had.
The surprises never end at Chauhan Ale and Masala House, and neither does your appetite.
Okay, I'm so full, but I still can't stop eating it.
Learn about the heritage of your hungries with Ancestry.Nacho.
I've been practicing being vegan, but today I'm vegan/Korean Mexican.
Sweet Southern cooking is what comes to mind when you think of Atlanta. But over in Midtown, people in the ATL are going bonkers for the fusion of Korean and Mexican flavors being served at Taqueria.
The great thing about the Korean and Mexican food is that they're very similar in the herbs that they use, the way they braise things for a long period of time. When you combine the 2 foods together, it blows your mind.
Co-owners Mark Hayden and Tomas Lee hatched a scheme to introduce Korean food to this part of the South. The plan? Forgo fine dining and dazzle the crowd with creativity.
You can only do so much in a fine dining setting, and here we can do all kinds of stuff. Crazy creative dishes, new flavors that they may not have had a chance to get before.
And things that people know, like tacos, nachos. What we thought is that we would bring that to Atlanta and have Korean cuisine inside of it, and it's been a hit.
The biggest hit on Taqueria's fusion playlist? The Korean fried chicken gogi nachos.
Nachos are like a symphony. Lots of different instruments, a big old pile of spicy, creamy, crunchy. People love it. They eat it up.
I could eat nachos all the time. It's a big plate usually, and you can always eat it with friends. It's a classic go-to.
Taking these nachos from south of the border to south of the 38th parallel is a traditional Korean barbecue sauce, starring red pepper paste, vinegar, and sugar.
The consistency of this sauce is creamy. It's got some heat. It's got some sweetness. It's got some sourness to it. But the last thing I like to add for amazing flavor is a little bit of sesame oil.
Tomas was a whiz kid in culinary school, but his love for cooking began at home.
The first time I ever remember cooking was in the backyard with my grandmother, and we're cooking delicious Korean ribs, and I was like, man, this is what I was born to do. I love it. It's not even work.
With the sauce ready, he turns to the gogi.
Gogi means meat.
Fun to eat, fun to say. This particular gogi gets brined in buttermilk for 24 hours, dredged and double fried.
Double frying is the Korean way to make things amazing and delicious. See how golden brown it is? We're going to drop it back in to make it extra crispy.
Also extra crispy, house-made tortilla chips baked with jack cheese. That sturdy base gets the fried chicken, then a luxurious sauce of cream and queso is slowly warmed and amply applied.
Look at that. Drizzle it all over. Beautiful, baby.
To balance the richness of the cheese, Tomas adds a tangy Mexican salad of romaine, onions, and cilantro. Then it's the sweet, spicy Korean red sauce, pickled jalapenos, and a final flourish of sour cream.
There you have it. Gogi nachos, bringing soul to Atlanta.
I've been practicing being vegan, but today I'm vegan/Korean Mexican.
It tastes like Korea and Mexico had a love child. It all came together in one delicious plate.
The cheese sauce is similar to queso, and it really just adds flavor to the chicken.
These are some of the best nachos I've ever had.
The red sauce has almost kind of like a peanut kind of taste to me. It tastes really good, but it's different. It's unexpected.
I'm all about seasons and spice. So you have Asian and Mexican, which are like a mouthful of just flavor, and I love flavor.
And if you love dessert, dessert, you'll love this one tender. The fried Elvis sundae. Breaking down this hunka banana love is executive chef Christina Wai.
Elvis really loved the combination of peanut butter, bananas, and chocolate. So you take that first spoonful, get that nice warm sweetness of that banana, and then the creaminess of that peanut butter chocolate chip ice cream. It's heaven.
Chef Christina starts by slicing fresh bananas and coating them in a simple tempura batter of flour, eggs, and soda water.
So what the tempura batter does for our bananas, seals it in, gets it nice and crispy, but also brings out all the sugars and the sweetness of that banana.
This treat comes in a taco salad-style tortilla bowl with a churro makeover.
The classic flavors of cinnamon and sugar complement the crispy flour tortillas.
A base layer of tempura bananas is joined by a big scoop of peanut butter chocolate chip ice cream, a little fresh whipped cream, a duet of chocolate and caramel sauces, and a hailstorm of crushed peanuts. And you got dessert nachos fit for a king.
These nachos got me all shook up. Uh-huh.
That is so good. It has all these different flavors. This has everything I could ever want in a dessert on one plate.
These bananas are seasoned so well, and they taste so delicious, and they're cinnamony. Is that a word?
Dessert nachos. We're going to be full for days.
Full and happy. Combining elements is so contagious, even the customers are getting in the game.
You want to fuse the nacho meals with the nacho dessert as if there's not enough fusion going on already?
A parm and potato pileup that'll put Cleveland nachos on the map.
I think this would challenge any sandwich in New York City, any deep dish pizza in Chicago.
Then in L.A., a lesson in nacho diplomacy.
Nachos, I think, could solve a lot of the world's problems.
Land Rover. Mexican food is getting mucho popular in Cleveland, which lately has become a legit food town. And it's where the humble nacho is being reimagined to the nth degree at Fahrenheit.
Yes, we're a fine dining white tablecloth restaurant, but we wanted to have some fun with it. Throw one of these babies on a table and it's automatically a party.
Chef David got his start making fancy food with Wolfgang Puck, so he loves performing a swanky switcheroo on unassuming everyday items, even nachos.
Why not nachos? It's something simple, but people love it. It's fun, it's friendly, it's interactive. Everybody at the table puts their hands in at one time. There's a smile on their face.
What's making them smile the widest is Fahrenheit's totally Midwestern, totally towering Cleveland nachos.
It's a pile of awesome.
These things are stacked high. I think this would challenge any sandwich in New York City, any deep dish pizza in Chicago.
You know what? It's Cleveland. Anything can happen in Cleveland.
My food philosophy is keep it simple. You don't have to do a lot to this food to make it taste great.
Dave's being modest because these deceptively simple nachos begin with a house-made Parmesan fondue that seems a little fancy.
Of course nachos can be fancy. First off, we're gonna sweat some shallots.
Dave brings on Cleveland's favorite pork product.
Bacon is gonna bring crispiness and smokiness to the dish. It cuts right through the cream. It's delicious. We're gonna incorporate this. We're looking for it to reduce by half.
With the sauce 50% thicker, Dave goes 100% Nacho Rogue, replacing the usual domestic cheddar with an imported parm, partly because of the flavor.
Parmesan has a sharp, salty, pungent taste.
And partly because it thickens the sauce pronto.
Now it's time to hit it with a little S&P. Then we're gonna hit it with the green onions. Perfect.
Fondue fabulous. Dave moves on to classical nacho variation number 2, potato chips.
Why potatoes? Because Cleveland is a meat and potato town. We have a fancy potato spinner in the kitchen. We take Kenny-Beck potatoes. It brings them out nice and thin.
Those state-of-the-art State Fair-style potato ribbons cook in a 350-degree fryer. Then, the golden brown chips are tossed in some simple seasoning. And Dave's ready to climb Nacho Mountain.
They're crispy, they're salty, they're delicious. We're gonna pile them high on this plate. Take our Parmesan fondue, pour it over the top. Look at that, it's full of bacon, smoky goodness.
Crumbled bacon adds even more smoky goodness, while Parmesan, green onions, and thyme are the final notes in this yummy magnum opus.
It's time to rock and roll, the Cleveland Nachos.
This is like a double Parmesan explosion. It's so good.
These are so decadent.
When you have nachos, you can't have too much cheese, so why don't you put Parmesan on the Parmesan fondue? So now you've got this cheesy mass of awesomeness with bacon, and you can't go wrong.
What's better than bacon? Nothing.
Bacon and bacon. Love it. The whole thing is amazing.
These things are stacked high. I think this would challenge any sandwich in New York City, any deep dish pizza in Chicago.
Dave's not done innovating yet. Next, he sends our taste buds on an island getaway with his ahi poke nachos.
I got the idea for the poke nachos when I was living in Hawaii. With my background as a sushi chef, I decided to bring that to the Midwest.
This one features thick slices of ruby red ahi tuna, which Dave dices like the expert sushi chef he is.
We're gonna mix it with our soy sesame chili oil. That's where the magic happens. You're gonna get that sweet soy, that saltiness, and a little bit of chili flavor.
Once again, tortilla chips stay on the bench. These babies are built on a bed of fresh fried wonton chips, which Dave layers with his house-brined shallots.
Some cilantro, a little bit of jalapenos for some heat, some spring onions, give it a next layer of flavor.
Then it's a Poseidon-sized portion of the fresh-made ahi poke. Lime aioli and sesame seeds finished with tropical flair. Aloha.
And just like that, island style in the Midwest.
It's almost too pretty to eat. There's a lot of heart into this dish.
So they have tuna instead of cheese, which is absolutely amazing. Look at all the flavor they have packed on one wonton.
That tuna, you can see, it's as fresh as you can get. That's what makes this place different than any other restaurant in town.
A little lime, a little cilantro. It really takes the nachos to another level.
See, I love that lime and citrusy flavor you get in there. Nothing like a homemade chip. You can just tell these are not from the bag. You can tell in every bite.
Perfect set of nachos.
It's a perfect storm of flavor and innovation that's steering nachos and Cleveland onto a totally new course.
Cleveland's always been known as being the mistake on the lake, but I can proudly say that that's just false. Look at this plate of nachos.
There's never a no-show when it comes to nachos in Los Angeles. They've even got part of the day roped off to accommodate the crowds.
It's like the happy hour
of nachos.
Super Nacho Hour. It is Super Nacho Hour.
Super Nacho.
Making it happen is the man they call the mayor of the downtown LA food scene, Joseph Centeno.
It's great to be able to have my version of Tex-Mex in Los Angeles. I mean, it is the food that I do crave.
He's chipping away at their appetites, combining traditional ingredients with modern flair at Bar Ama.
It's named after my great-grandmother, Ama. It's inspired by all the food that we grew up eating.
In a town known for creating larger-than-life heroes, check out this blockbuster, the Super Nachos.
Nachos, I think, could solve a lot of the world's problems.
And as the old saying goes, let peace begin with chips.
Chips are the best. You can't have chips that are too thick. You can't have chips that are too thin. They have to have enough salt.
He keeps his eye on the fry.
It's important to keep them shaking. You're perfect.
Butter, flour, and milk start a classic Tex-Mex queso with a little bit of a French twist.
The shredded cheese, and this is our brie mixture.
Does that add a silky richness? Oui.
It doesn't get better than this.
Commence nachification.
This is where you start saucing in layers.
Those load-bearing chips are sturdy enough to handle a ton of flavor. Cotija cheese, herbs, and pickled vegetables are met with meat.
This is the picadillo. We make it every day. It's ground beef with our chili mix, which is 12 to 15 different chili spices, and cooked with onions, garlic, and carrot. This thing's up to LA earthquake standards.
House-made salsa, guacamole, and you know what the clock in your tummy says.
It's Super Nacho Hour at Bar Ma.
Not good.
Now that was the perfect bite.
It's really savory. It's a little spicy. And the queso is so rich.
Ooh, that good queso. Really smooth texture.
The pickled onions, the radishes, the guacamole. You're not going to get that at a ball game. Here, they're looking out for you.
It's so good.
For sure, the best nachos in LA.
Searching for a more macho nacho, Joseph's got the short rib chalupa.
It's a giant nacho, essentially. A giant stuffed nacho.
The dish was partially inspired by his dad, who was always bringing work home with him.
My dad was a butcher. We grew up eating a ton of short rib.
Joseph treats the meat with an eye-opening flavorizer.
So this is my dad's coffee spice rub. It's a mix of chilies and some other family secrets.
And we'll leave that to coffee clatch in the oven for a while.
It's been about 4 hours, and the short rib looked beautiful. You can just see it's like just breaking apart. Super tender, super juicy.
For the chalupa itself, Joseph uses fresh masa corn flour and a little pressure.
This is very classic. Some things are just better as the original, and this is how it's been done forever.
Impressive.
And we're gonna fry it until it's just crispy. We want it to have a little bit of chew.
Chalupa is a Spanish word for canoe, and Joseph rocks the boat with some tasty refried beans.
These have pork and a lot of beer and cilantro. Guacamole.
Followed by a long supply of that short rib. A cabbage and kale slaw tossed with the Mexican vinaigrette adds brightness and crunch.
A little bit of cheese.
A house-made hot sauce contributes a kick.
Well, there's 12 to 15 chilies and vinegar, but that's about all I'm at liberty to say. Who's ready to chat down on this short rib chalupa from Bar Ma?
Cheers.
Oh my gosh.
That is delicious. The short rib meat is very moist, very flavorful. You can tell it's been seasoned properly. The Hercules of nachos.
Yeah.
The award for the most original take on nachos may just go to LA's own Bar Ma. But it's an honor just to be nominated.
I can't get enough. Can I have another one?
Making it rain, nacho style, in Vegas.
There's nachos as an appetizer, and then there's this.
From opulent burgers to a pyre of paella, Las Vegas raises the stakes on practically every meal dished up within Sin City limits. Now, turning nachos into a headline attraction is Nacho Daddy.
This is the first time I've ever heard of a place putting nachos actually as an entree. Nothing beats these nachos.
Oh no, there's nachos as an appetizer, and then there's this.
Nachos were the Rodney Dangerfield, right? And Nacho Daddy has finally brought respect to nachos.
Let me tell you, owner Paul Hymas is a stand-up guy who's elevated nachos to an art form.
Chips are like our canvas, and you just paint on top of it. It's a great platform, just like pizza is. You can add proteins, you can add vegetables, you can do sauces, you can do so many things with it. Nachos are fun. Vegas is fun. How can you go wrong?
When it comes to high-rolling style, you certainly can't get more Vegas than the filet mignon nachos.
This is Vegas. It's high limits. Our nachos should be the same way. This filet mignon is such high quality. It's got nice marbling. It's going to melt in your mouth.
The tender filet is diced and marinated in garlic, cumin, and 3 different kinds of dried chilies.
Guajillo gives us a nice pure chili flavor. The ancho gives us a spicy raisin sweetness. And then chamayo is a beautiful, earthy complexity. It's our holy trinity of chilies. We're going to mix it until it's all incorporated, and every piece of this meat has got some nice, bold flavor to it.
Marinated filet meets smoking hot skillet, and passions are igniting.
You really smell those chilies, and that garlic is in there. So this smell never gets old. It's amazing.
Eric backs up that chili spiced filet with a tomato-based ranchero sauce. Traditional tortilla chips are blanketed with melted cheddar and jack cheeses, and hallelujah, it's raining meat.
You could eat these just the way they are, but we're going to take it to a whole nother level.
Sour cream, pico, and guac launch this steak into the stratosphere.
This will beat an army, this nacho. It's massive.
Filet mignon. On a nacho? Are you kidding me right now? Amazing.
The filet mignon, it's like a high roller nacho. Filet is like the top of the line, and to consider it to be added as a part of the nacho is an excellent idea.
The steak is perfect. All the flavor comes through, the pico and the cheese. It's like going to your best steakhouse and just ordering a steak itself and cutting it up.
Now that the party's in full swing, put your chips down on Nacho Daddy's Southeast Asian twist, the Thai chicken nachos.
I love these Thai flavors in this dish because they have sweet and spicy. Took an ordinary Thai dish and turned it into an extraordinary nacho.
Chef Eric begins his extraordinary nacho journey by marinating chicken in fresh garlic and a custom blend of Thai chilies, sugar, and ground orange peel.
This is going to give it lots of flavor. It's going to give it that burn that you want to help balance with the cheese.
While the chicken takes in that taste of Thailand, Eric preps the oh-so-vital tortillas, made in-house with spinach puree.
They give this nacho lots of color. When I think of Thai flavors, I think of a lot of vegetables. And so this helps reinforce that vegetable flavor. It's fitting that we're in Vegas because these look like dollar bills.
Those chips are money. Eric antes up some sliced jalapenos and then deals in the chicken.
Smells amazing. You can really taste and smell the heat on the chili. We're in Vegas, but it smells like Thailand. Now we're going to add our Thai vegetables, bean sprouts, carrots, a little bit of celery, and some green scallions.
Just a quick saute, and Eric's ready to plate. A layer of spinach chips gets a slathering of house-made queso.
It coats the chips very well. It gives you that ooey goodness that you want, and there's never a dry chip.
Chicken and Thai veggies post up in that creamy queso. Then Eric doubles down, adding a second layer of everything. Toasted peanuts and sesame seeds sneak in before the close, and let it ride.
Nacho Daddy Thai chicken nachos, definitely a nacho feast.
That's incredible. Best nacho I've ever had.
Kind of like a stir fry on a nacho. I've never had anything like this.
It literally tastes just like pad thai, but in nacho form.
The peanuts situate the chicken taste, and the chili sauce makes it sweet, and the peppers make it kind of spicy. And then I really like the chips because they're green, and it kind of looks like a salad a little bit, and so you don't feel so guilty about it.
Oh my God, the crunch. I love the texture. The chicken is really juicy.
Whether you're shooting tequila or shooting craps, odds are you'll leave Nacho Daddy totally flush.
If you're losing at the tables, you come here and it's comfort food.
It's sure to be a bella notte when nachos go Italian.
Oh, everything you need in the ricotta.
There's more to dine on in the Back Bay of Boston than delicacies from the deep. For some casual chaos with a side of nacho nibbling, Anchovies Food and Spirits can do.
Anchovies definitely isn't your typical white tablecloth kind of restaurant. It's loud, it's energetic, everyone's having fun, and everyone's partying together.
It's a melting pot of the whole neighborhood. I mean, it doesn't have a big bright sign, but once you find it, you just come every day.
At first glance, drinking might seem like the primary purpose here. But there's a reason the kitchen's open till 2 a.m. 7 days a week.
Most people think we're just a dive bar, but then once they order something off the menu and they get it in front of them, they're pretty surprised.
It's like really hearty, good Italian food, and you would not expect that out of this place, which is cool.
Chef Mark O'Brien keeps the unexpected flavors alive at this South End institution.
So much of Boston has changed over the years, and anchovies hasn't. We keep doing what we've been doing. We do the staples, and then we add our own twist.
Let's try their super popular, super meaty Italian nachos.
The Italian nachos are tortilla chips baked with mozzarella and ricotta. We pour our homemade beef ragu and some cherry peppers on top. That recipe is as old as the neighborhood itself.
Mark's beef ragu starts with some simple seasoning on short ribs.
Just a little salt and pepper to really bring out the flavor of the meat. And we're just gonna sear the outside. We get every side, we lock in all the juices, all the flavors, so they can't escape and they go right into the ragu.
On your mark, get set, ragu.
We're gonna heat up some oil in the pan, soften our vegetables up nice. Start with some onions and garlic, and some celery, some carrots.
Along with bay leaves, thyme, and Italian oregano.
I've got the oreganos coming off. There's nothing like the smell of cooked onions. You smell the thyme, and of course, garlic. Take the seared beef, put it right in with the soft veggies, and next we're gonna add the tomatoes. It wouldn't be a true Italian dish if we didn't add some red wine.
That short rib will braise for 3.5 hours, transforming into a true ragu.
The beef is all broken up and shredded in there. Let's give it a taste. Any Italian grandmother would be proud.
Crisp tortilla chips are still the baseline, but the cheese has a distinct Italian accent. First, loads of mozzarella, then a creamy surprise.
Traditional nachos have the sour cream. Instead of the sour cream, we use the ricotta.
Sounds like a dairy upgrade. What's next?
Now we're gonna add the ragu. We have the ragu instead of the chili. You can never have too much ragu. Everybody loves the ragu here.
Traditional pico is replaced by diced hot cherry peppers and ciao bella.
A real spaghetti western, more than a fistful of nachos.
The beef ragu in the center, that's when you start and you work your way back. You get everything you need in the ricotta.
Nachos are loaded, unbelievable, super flavorful, and has hots in there, so really good.
Cherry peppers, fantastic. It's like just the right amount of spice. The ricotta is creamy and delicious. The short rib pulls apart, melts in your mouth, and with everything else that comes with it, it's heaven in a bite.
So when you take that first bite, you get crunch, but you're also eating that really good savory, kind of meaty, a little spice with the peppers. Like the perfect bite every time.
You get the sweet from the ricotta, and then you get the tanginess from the mozzarella, and they just really pack a good punch.
And there's nothing like the wallop you get from a plate of nachos that's a little bit Mexican, a little bit Italian, and a whole lot of good.
It's like we're at a little happy Italian wedding.
You know they're gonna grow old together and die happy, for
sure. Authentic island nachos, no passport required.
Caribbean, like, bada bing, layering itself into this otherwise amazing dish.
It's no surprise that down in New Orleans, the nachos come covered not just with cheese, but that little something extra special known as lagniappe.
You get a little lagniappe all the time. That's why I enjoy coming here.
This is where Mexican, Creole, Caribbean, and other island flavors come to get to know each other. Juan's Flying Burrito.
New Orleans is a port town, which allows for a lot of different cultures to intersect.
We have items that would be considered pure Mexican, yet a little bit of twist with the local spices and vegetables that we have seasonally here.
You can send your mouth on a Hawaiian vacation with their Kamehameha nachos.
If you can't make it to the islands this year, it's the islands on your plate.
Chef Mark seasons 4 plump pork butts with salt, pepper, and pinto bean spice, then sears them on the flat top.
It gives it a good crust on the outside, helps keep the juices in. This is exactly what you're looking for. That's a good sear. Pork butt's got a lot of fat in it. That's where the flavor is, of course. If you don't have fat in your pork, you're wasting your time.
The pork parks itself in a giant pan with pureed garlic, spices, and a double dose of Juan's salsa, green and red.
Now we're adding in that Mexican flavor. And last, the onions.
Chef Mark seals in the moisture for its low and slow 6-hour sauna. Then he teaches his salsa to do the hula.
Pineapple salsa complements the pulled pork, makes you feel like you're on a beach.
The sweetness and tanginess of the pineapple works wonders with the usual salsa suspects like red onion and lime juice.
It is pretty. It's a work of art.
He lays down a beach blanket of tortilla chips, then applies a cheesy layer of SPF cheddar jack.
It's a good melting cheese. You get that ooey gooey.
Finally, the pork is ready and shreddy.
This is exactly what it should look like. Picture perfect pulled pork.
That savory pork sings a sweet island lullaby with both pineapple and mango salsas.
It's colorful, it makes the nachos pop. It's a good contrast with the pork.
A dimension of creamy richness comes in the form of avocados and chipotle sour cream.
It has plenty heat.
As do pickled jalapenos, a little bacon just because, and
bringing the Big Island to the Big Easy.
The meat is super flavorful, and they're not skimpy on it. They just load it up.
The pork is tender. It's kind of sweet, kind of savory.
It's really just melts in your mouth along with the pineapple. The pineapple gives just a little subtle sweetness to it that brings out the flavor in the pork as well.
It comes at you with this smokiness from the bacon that you don't expect.
It pretty much just comes together just as it should to make your day a better place to be.
Hawaii may be halfway around the world, but Jamaica is just a puddle jumper away. Or you can just order Juan's jerk chicken nachos.
New Orleans is sort of informally known as the capital of the Caribbean, so it makes perfect sense that a New Orleans taqueria would incorporate Caribbean flavors like jerk into the nachos.
The jerk marinade is made from brown sugar and ginger, as well as Juan's own habanero sauce.
This is New Orleans cooking, blending in all these flavors. You have Caribbean, Mexican, Asian, all in one.
Those chicken thighs steep for 24 hours. Why 24?
36 may be too long, it might dry out, but 24 hours is perfect.
Once baked, it gets a proper chop, then the melty magic of that cheddar jack, followed by black beans and our caliente chicken.
Yeah, it's got some heat to it.
That pineapple salsa works double time on these Caribbean crunchers.
It's sweet, it goes good with the spice, it pairs well together with the jerk chicken.
These put the yum in your mind.
Juan's jerk chicken nachos, all about that sweet heat.
They have like this balance of the spicy Caribbean jerk flavor and this richness because it's all chicken thighs and fatty and delicious.
What's nice, find everything you would expect in a nacho, but also have that extra little hit of exotic, that Caribbean like bada bing.
The sweetness of the fruit in the salsa, that's very Caribbean. And we've got a blend of all of that in one plate, and it's pretty great.
Let the flavors of the world come to you at Juan's Flying Burrito.
I'm ready for another sip of beer, and I'm ready for some more of these nachos.
Nachos are like a blank canvas, and the toppings you choose make it a kind of self-portrait. Think about it.